Welcome everyone to Price Action Live at TradersPost for November 20th, 2025. November 20th already, what is going on? I'm one of your traders, Tom Hartman, alongside Mike, the NQ Surfer Christensen, co-founder and CSO, yes, of TradersPost. Up to 4 days a week at Price Action Live, we trade in front of you using the advanced trade execution engine known as TradersPost, the epic software that upgrades your trading. Whether trading stocks, futures, options, or crypto, TradersPost has got you covered. Today's stream is brought to you by BluSky, the best-in-class prop firm that offers same-day activations, daily payouts, and no max restrictions. Visit BluSky.pro and sign up for your first prop firm account today and trade futures like never before.
Speaking of BluSky, looking pretty good. I'm about 1/3 of the way to the first eval stage of this BluSky account. So looking forward to getting across the finish line with this guy.
Nice. Well, NVIDIA is going to help you out with that. NVIDIA decided they're going to beat earnings. First, they decided let's be $4.53 trillion market cap. Then let's make sure that everyone hangs on the earnings report, which they did, and it came out 4:10 last night, and we had a huge spike in the overnight session.
We had a gap in electronic hours as well. Look at this gap from the 2-hour chart, almost 240, 250 points. Definitely a crazy move from NVIDIA's reporting. But then, as it happens, we also received jobs numbers, which were mixed. We added some jobs, but we also saw an uptick in unemployment from 4.3 to 4.4%. So it'll be interesting to see how the market open drives here.
So fascinating. Last night I was just like, I'm always interested in how the underlying works, how macro works, how rates work. I really care what the Fed is doing. Not because I think what the Fed does particularly matters, but I think the forward guidance does. The forward guidance is the biggest tool. And so I posted this on Twitter where I was like, do rates normally go up during Republican? What do rates do when you have a Republican presidency versus a Democrat presidency? And almost every single one of them, basically every single one of them, if it's a Republican presidency, rates come down. If it's a Democrat presidency, rates go up. Which to me, I was looking at to be like, is the Fed biased? And I go, well, this would sort of suggest that it isn't, because it's going with whatever policies are there at the time. So I'm looking forward to digging into this a little bit more, but it makes me think about this whole will they, won't they thing for the Trump presidency to be like, it's just noise. They're probably going to cut rates. They already started doing it last year. So now I'm like less nervous that maybe they don't cut rates, which makes me bullish on everything. And makes me wonder if Bitcoin is flirting with a bear market right now, and that it actually will rebound here from whatever 91 that it's at, all the way back up to 200,000, 250,000. But looking at levels here for the Nasdaq, I'll just tell you my levels here first. Sure. I'm looking here for potentially an upside move to 25,383, at which point I would be shorting, and then looking for a move down to 24,716. That's like my game plan for the day, and I'm currently long. What are you looking at?
Well, I actually think that we've started to test some of the upper bound of this price move. We found support off of S1. Took a little while to consolidate here. You guys saw my my long from yesterday's open, where we just went up and up and up from that S1 line. But I think we've now tested a little bit of the R1 line, which is at 25,320. So this could be the upper bound. There might be a little bit of a retrace from this move. So I'm kind of expecting that there will be a little bit of energy from the opening move, maybe one more push to the R1 band, and then maybe a pullback from there. It's not necessarily overbought just yet. We're a little bit in the middle on the 15-minute chart. On the 5-minute chart, it's kind of approaching overbought, but not quite there. So I just want to keep an eye on how price action responds to these resistance levels first, because looking at the higher time frame, especially on the daily chart here, this R1 and R2 zone would represent the upper band of this regression trend to the downside, and that could just print a lower high and continue the down move from here. in terms of sentiment about where the market is going overall, I want to remain bullish because the longer term trend here has been very bullish since April 7th, of course, right after my birthday, actually. And the bull market continues for sure, especially with this bounce off of the bottom of the regression trend. But I do want to keep an eye on this. We could definitely come back here and retest these support levels before we push up for the end of the year.
My big worry was November, the end of October, beginning of November, and that big bounce that we had off of R1 yesterday. It was right in the level that I was looking at. Well, actually, let me show my chart here. It was really right in the level here that I was expecting. So this is this level here is where I was looking to see bounces, and we tested it once, twice. We whiffed it yesterday, and now we're moving up. So I was like, okay, like if I was gonna be like put on my perma bull hat, I'm thinking to myself, just hold on to my longs now. There's no reason to really expect a huge pullback down, because if we do break lower, I mean, it's lookout below. Like we got, I mean, you could go down into 23, 22, 21. Like who knows how far it can go down.
Right.
For like a year, right? It could do that for 6 months to a year. So who knows? I'd rather be bullish right now.
Yeah, I think I'm going to remain there. Obviously, this news is fairly bullish, especially around NVIDIA. Some people joked yesterday that like NVIDIA just saved the world, which is one way to look at it for sure. I mean, they're definitely going to push the market up given the market cap that they have. But I think at some point the price is going to come due. Remember, again, I'm always keeping an eye on the Shiller PE. It came down a little bit, which is kind of nice to see, even with some of the earnings reports. But give it a day or two, we're going to reach all-time highs of price to earnings ratios at some point in the future here. We're going to need a healthy correction to get back to normalized levels of valuations across the S&P 500 and the Mag 10, Mag 7, however you look at it. They can't carry the market forever.
Okay. If we say that, I mean, that's what I thought in 2020.
Hey, you know me though, Tom. I do not try to make the argument that we're going to see a correction right away. I'm going to follow price action. That the only real source of truth is where is price arriving right now.
That's right. Hey, B, morning to you. Thank you for showing up. Aventura, always happy to see you. Good morning. B says he's going to pass these two combines today. Got 3.2 thousand yesterday on that NQ drop. Fantastic.
Nice. That's great to hear.
Awesome. All right, that's great. I did go on tilt a little bit last night trading the futures. I was very upset missing the NVIDIA bounce, but I'm looking to get back on track.
That's all you can do.
Yeah. It's funny, my tilts nowadays are not like my tilts years ago, where I'd have to be like, well, I have to sit down with my wife and say, have to have a very serious conversation.
Isn't that the beauty of prop firm trading here? It's one of those things where the risk is much, much smaller. So
everybody taking early bathroom breaks.
Yeah, good question. Aventura, you're all set here? You ready for the session?
No, he's gonna go, hey, no problem. Totally understand you're at work. We'll talk to you, you soon. We'll pour one out for you. All right, so I'm holding on to my longs. I'm being greedy. Normally, I should just sell off my position right now and then get back in. But I hate after market open trying to decide if I should be long or short. just hold it.
All right, I'm going to go through a little bit of a lesson here real quick. I know the market's about to open here, and I got a few minutes before I'm going to actually take my trades. I'm going to delete my signal templates in TradersPost here and just talk about the JSON messages here for just a moment. One of the things that has come up quite a bit is the ease of using button push entries and button push exits over here. And I just want to chat about that one more time, because one thing that can really help with it is thinking about how you want your JSON message to be structured that you're going to paste into your alerts over on TradingView. And one of the first things that you need to do is try to get as much of your strategy into your settings as possible, into your subscription default settings. So when I go to strategies and I click on edit for my scalp strategy, and I go down to the bottom, I can see edit subscription defaults. And this is going to be the template that is used every time I subscribe a new account to my scalp strategy. All of my existing subscriptions, I have to go edit those settings one by one for now. We've got some bulk setting features coming in the future, but for now you have to edit everything one by one. So for any new subscriptions that are made here, I can have some position size defaults. I might even have, my entry order type is always market. I might have a default take profit or stop loss configuration here, so that at a bare minimum, all I have to do is send a signal to say action is buy and the ticker is MNQ or MES or whatever it is that I'm trading. But one of the things that I can also do is start to prepare some templates, some JSON templates based off of a particular ticker. So let's start with MNQ, for example, because I trade that every day. I don't have to worry about the order type because the order type is already set in all of my strategy subscription settings. I don't have to worry about quantity because that's also set on a per account basis. Some accounts are trading 2 contracts. Some accounts are trading 3. Some are just 1. Actually, give me just a moment here. I might have to pause this lesson here if this pulls back real fast. All right, I'm going to follow my 6-minute rule here. So let me come back here. All right. So the only thing I need to care about really when it comes to my entries on my strategy is being able to dynamically adjust my take profit and stop loss. So I'm going to create an order here and I'll do a take profit amount of 20. And let's just say for the trailing stop, I'll do a trailing stop amount of 40. This will be kind of a negative RR approach here, where I'm looking to take profits quickly and have a trailing stop of 40 points. I don't really need anything in the advanced options, but I do need to make sure that I send over a signal price whenever the alert triggers on TradingView, because that will ensure that my take profit and stop loss is dynamically adjusted based on the current market price. And I'll show you how to do that automatically here in just a sec. So this will be my M&Q long entry template. It's going to be coming from TradingView. I'm going to use the hard-coded ticker because I want to make sure that I'm trading the right contract at all times. And you can see here that we've already constructed the payload that you're going to need, the JSON message that you're going to need on TradingView. This includes the take profit rules, the stop loss rules. It also includes the time using the time now placeholder from TradingView and the close price to send over the signal price, and then the interval sent as well, which is irrelevant. But what I can do is now save this as a template, and then I can make another one for the sell side. So real quick, I can kind of run through the same process. We'll hit save signal template. This will be M&Q, short entry, TradingView, hard-coded ticker. And now boom, same thing. I've got action sell here instead of action buy, and I'll save that. Now I have my short entry and my long entry templates, and then I just need one more to exit the positions. So I will save this template. This will be M&Q exit, TradingView, hard-coded ticker, and now, oops, that's not right. Those shouldn't be there. That's kind of funny. That's a little quirk of our system here. We'll have to correct that. But the point is I can now save that last template and pull out the take profit and stop loss rules. But the thinking behind this is that now very quickly I can copy, let's say, a long entry alert, and then I can make a new alert over on TradingView, paste in the message, and send it to my webhook URL, set up some settings about when it should fire. In the case of a button push approach, all you would just need to do is say price is greater than 0. And then now you have the message here, and you send it to your webhook URL. And the moment that I hit save, that's going to send that alert off right away. So just be careful at that point. Make sure your strategy is disabled if you don't want a signal to come through. But then once it's on your alert tab over here, all you have to do is hit play in order to execute that message. So that's the simplest way to manage the JSON messages and manage the alerts on an ongoing basis.
Awesome. That's great. Thanks for showing that. Here, market open has been choppy sideways.
Yeah, I saw that.
I forgot to, we got to get juiced up here. So 1 second.
What a good way for me to ignore that drive down and not get into a trade prematurely.
Right. There we go. Now we're in trading mode.
Let's go.
I
I
love
don't know if that's
the
good or bad. It makes me feel like I need to trade faster,
press it faster, press the
something
button harder.
larger. Something needs to be bigger in order for this to match.
Wow, yeah, I guess I would have made several mistakes here. See, this is why I like being in the trade before market opens. Then I'm not like, oh, it looks like it's going down. It looks like it's going up. It's just me. And I would have flipped back and forth 5 times so far. Forget it.
BLue says, I like this better than the line alerts. Going to do it. Glad to hear it. I do too. I actually haven't used the lines in a while now. I've just been using the button push approach because I know which button I intend to hit while I'm watching price action over here. And everything I do is pretty much market entry, market exit. So at any point, you know, if I want to enter a scalp, all I have is just this long entry or short entry button pushes. And if I'm ready to go short, I just hit this restart button. And that's going to send over, you know, the size that I'm interested in. In this case, ATR is at 65 right now. Let me zoom in a little bit because this is some interesting price action.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of volatile, but we haven't seen a full candle close above or below VWAP yet. So I'm going to hang tight for a bit. Tom, do you use alerts like this for your trades? BLue asks.
Yeah, that's what that's my preferred way of going about it, because I'll only set the lines on my chart when I'm like not around. So I set my levels up where I want them to be.
Right.
Then when I'm not around, then it's set up. It's my semi-discretionary thing. So because I don't have a fully automated system in the sense that my buy and sell signals are pre-made, but I do set up the lines that way so I could walk away and, you know, actually speak to my kids without worrying about what's going on the charts.
Exactly.
But when it comes to trading view, if I'm live trading, I like doing that. And sometimes I'll be in the back end of TradersPost and just use the submit signal right there.
Well, look at that. Well, I guess we're going to close above VWAP today, huh?
Well, midnight VWAP is saying we're bullish today. We'll see. This is the
so far
one of the indicators that we have inside of our indicator library, or made off of based off of Mustang Traders price action live.
Midnight VWAP. Yeah, that's what we're calling it now, right?
That's right.
Pajama VWAP.
So while it's green, I go bullish. And so we're bullish now.
Got it. I'm going to wait it out just a little bit longer here. This is kind of outside of my threshold for ATR too. I try to stick within this band here, the green band. This is fairly high ATR, but then other times, just dropped just a little bit here. But other times, if the price action is clear, I'll just go ahead and jump in because it's going the right direction.
Right.
It's a soft rule. It's a soft rule.
Right.
Interesting. Kind of a flat opening here. No drive yet.
But with the wicks are crazy.
Yeah, opening. They're big candles for sure. ATR at 63.
Oof, I'm so eager to short. I'm long right now, but I'm so eager to short. I'd just rather give me a nice extension up. I just want one candle up. Let's go. And then I'll short from there. 383. That's my ideal short area.
If it heads up to 383?
Yeah, man. I'll short both hands.
I'll buy that. That's definitely overbought territory.
And Bitcoin's not like joining in with how, with this.
It's diverged. Battle. Yeah. I've been noticing, even the crypto 30s only up slightly relative to the market. I mean, it was good to see that there was an actual push to the upside, but it just keeps pushing downward. I feel like the sell-off isn't over yet there.
I mean, I think there's a very strong chance Bitcoin's in a bear market, and that it's going to be a year's worth of down movement.
Yeah, and we've talked about that. Bitcoin goes through these 3-year bull cycles, 1-year bear cycles, and we're at the tail end of the 3-year bull cycle now.
So sad. I'm so looking forward to 250,000. Yeah.
All right, still sideways on MNQ. I guess we're not doing anything yet.
Yeah, but it feels like it's gearing up for a move. That's the whole
That's why people like the opening range breakouts. All right, there's the first candle open here above VWAP. Let's take a look at what my long needs to look like. Goodness, 60 points. All right, so I'll try for about half of that at 30 points. Keep the trailing stop about 50. Ugh, it's a little bit of a risk on the table here.
Yeah, that's
50-point
big
loss.
This is a porcupine when it comes to the 1 minute chart here on these candles. This is just too much for me to make a decision. I want to short here really, really, really badly. I know you don't short above VWAP.
Nope.
But these wicks here are just screaming short.
I'm with you. Price can go either way though. I want to see clear direction first. And there again, indecision. I'm going to hang out here. Right. I'm kind of tempted to just wait for this first 15-minute candle.
Do I take my profit now, or do I not?
How about you guys in the chat? Long, short, anything triggering yet? Feels like it's nothing burger right now.
All right, I'm going to go short. Forget it. I don't wait.
Tom's in it. Let's go.
Taking my profit and going short.
That little drive right there looks pretty promising. I'm with you on that. I'll start to prepare my short because I don't want to miss it.
I'm in profit right now. Move to break even. Now I can't lose.
All right, that's a little bit of a bounce off of EVWAP there. Swing arm pressure shift. Jose, nice to meet you. Looks like you're short. Short just got activated. Nothing yet for BBlue. All right, that's a candle open below VWAP there.
Ooh, stopped out.
A little bit of a bounce. Still in this little range. We need to see a breakout here.
Yeah, we're not in overbought or anything like that. Interesting. Is this like perfect scalping, like weather? Or
not yet?
Okay.
Not yet. It will be. I almost like it. In a second here, though, like in order for this to work, I need 30-point moves, right? So I can't get into an entry and then it immediately turn against me.
I see.
I still need a little bit of a trend, but I need a drive in a clear direction.
But if you treat this like a mini range, could you just like short at the top, long at the bottom, short at the top?
I don't like this pattern for scalping. I need a little bit of movement away from the range in order for it to work.
Got it.
I can't think of a day where I've been able to scalp well in a range like this. I do much better when there's a clear zigzag.
Right.
See, look, this would have been a terrible short. I'm canceling out of here.
Right.
And stopped out. Okay, Aventura. Yeah, sorry about that, Aventura. I've been hearing a few guys that I follow on Twitter have had some algos that are starting to really lose their edge over the last couple of weeks. I don't think you're alone on this. All right, now we're pushing above on the bull side. This is what I like about waiting for a full candle close is chop like this, where we haven't gotten confirmation on either side yet.
I don't have any rules for chop.
Don't trade it.
Wow, that a rule that says don't trade is never really.
Sounds like nah.
What does the Fed tool say now? Because it was just changing so dramatically.
Is it changing already?
Let me see. Because it changed
after we just looked at it.
Yeah, it dropped a little bit more.
It dropped a little bit more.
Well, larger odds that they cut, lower odds that they'll pause.
Huh.
We'll
pull out the 375, that's the pause. Here's the cut. Interesting. How come the historical chart shows a higher number than the current target rate?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering when we were looking at it before. It didn't
Yeah, I don't understand how this tool is like 10% off.
That's why Polymarket's the best place to check.
More reliable indicator.
All right, okay, we started the 15-minute. Let's see what this candle does.
I'm gonna actually drill down a little bit further down to the 1 minute chart. I mean, this is just sideways price action. It's really hard to trade this. So we're right on point of control is basically VWAP now. There's really nothing reliable here until we push away from either side. So I'm gonna wait.
This is where options like really shine.
Oh yeah, for sure. Put a little iron condor on this.
Yeah.
All right, indecision candle for the first 15 there. Looks like a cross. Say your prayers.
I'm inclined for the, well, I don't know. I was gonna say I'm inclined for the short side because Bitcoin is like dragging.
Yeah.
But then NVIDIA went up, like, so because of the move in NVIDIA, and Q went up so much overnight and Bitcoin still went down.
Yeah. Starting to feel like an orb trading day.
Yeah, two bad trades already. Yeah, I get that. I guess I should have just held on to my long.
All right, are we driving upward back up to R1 then? I'll take the scalp from here. $47. All right, let's do about 25.
You're long. All right.
One for the long. Scalping up to 265.
All right. Like
a little bit of a drive, breakout from the orb, and done.
Nice.
136 across 10 accounts now.
Way to go.
I've now increased my my next potential payout will be about 24,000.
Sweet.
Yeah. It's about time, Tom. And sadly, I wish I could tell you that gets me out of the hole. It does not.
The ability to make money gets people out of holes.
That's true.
So as long as that you prove that to yourself, then you're good.
Aventura says the long just got triggered. Nice to hear it. Oh, speaking of which, I think I just passed a Take Profit Trader account, or I'm $60 off. Let's see. Go to my dashboard here. Yeah, let's see. Take Profit Trader, 52,850. So I have $150 left. So one more good trade.
I want to short.
Who wears shorts? Only millennials will get that one.
Yeah.
All right, long got triggered on Aventura. Jose got stopped out on the cloth. You got anything going on? Are you going to hold out for a bit? Because this is looking choppy. For those of you that don't know, there's actually a couple good chop indicators, by the way. This indicator just signaled very choppy, which is super helpful. It's actually built into TradingView. This is the choppiness index. It's a really helpful indicator that, of course, measures whether or not candles are showing any kind of directionality. And I've made my own custom version of it just to trip red or green, depending on where it's showing up on the chart. But it is helpful. It's actually, giving me a good visual for how choppy things are.
Nice.
BLue, I'm long. Got it. I'm waiting as well on the cloth. I don't like this price action. I want to push in a direction. This is nonsense.
I want a short. That's what I want. Anything other than shorts.
I don't care if it's long or short anymore. I got to get better at this. I did the analysis of over 1,000 trades at this point, and 60% of them were short. I've been very, very bullish to the short side. Very consistent on the short side. Right. Sorry, I have words coming out of my mouth and I don't know what they are.
Wow, really no decision here. I mean, the 2-hour candle looks bullish like crazy, but in 8 minutes, who knows what that candle's going to look like?
That's the thing. I kind of anticipated we might have a drive up to the R1 zone. We kind of almost hit it here at 271, but 320 is what I'm expecting. And if this is the top, then we just need to wait for a breakout on either side of this orb.
What's ES doing?
No, I'm going to go ahead and draw an orb here and just set a rule for myself here. We're just going to wait for this break.
The dollar is pulling back. Gold's going up. ES is moving more than NQ is, which is interesting. And Bitcoin's still down. I don't like it. I don't like any of these trades. I'll wait for 383 and short from there.
Yeah. It's starting to look like maybe a lot of traders are waiting for the first half hour here.
Why do I want to short so badly? Stop, Tom. The voices in my head are just like, Tom, the downside is so high. Look.
Discipline over dopamine.
I mean, at the end of my life, am I really going to be happy that I favor discipline over dopamine? Yes. If I have money. If I have money, I will be happy.
BluSky does allow bot trading, yes, but I am not actually technically bot trading here. This is discretionary trading. I'm just putting on manual trades and sending them through TradersPost, and they also, of course, allow trade copiers. In fact, I think most of our 95% of our prop firms on our platform allow trade copiers. There were a couple that didn't, and we actually started to move them off the platform. At a bare minimum, these firms should, of course, allow trade copying, but BluSky, let me pull up their actual page here for it. I got TradersPost back as a search result. How funny is that? We rank for everything.
Oh, should have held my long. Why not hold my long?
Okay, so just to be clear, there is a page here on BluSky's website where they specifically mentioned that automated trading with bots are allowed. We welcome all kind semi-automated and full automated bots. So it is definitely allowed. They also allow DCA, and they don't have consistency rule for taking out profits once you get past the first stage.
They're also one of our sponsors.
That's right.
Alrighty here.
Yeah, Take Profit Trader does not allow bot trading, but they do allow trade copiers, which is why I've got a couple accounts on my side. I don't like this price action at all. I Can't take anything here, guys. I got one lucky trade here so far, and I would even be willing to call it a day here.
Let's do
or
it.
trade the
Ad
last
hoc,
10 minutes of the session. So we can wrap it up in just a bit here, but
I have a limit order of 383, and that's about it.
Yeah. BluSky also has a couple of promotions going on right now, 30% off their premium plans, so their premium valuations. I recently just bought one of their 50Ks. It'll let you have 10 minis and 100 micros, which I actually thought was on the higher end, which is super cool. Most of the places are 5 or 6 minis at a time. Sometimes it's 3. So if you like to go full port 10, you have that ability here with BluSky. Consistency rule was also a little bit higher than Tradeify's at 30%, and 30% is totally achievable on 3K. So 3K for 30% consistency would be $900 max profit for the day, and I would just dial that into Tradeivate. Somebody asked that question recently on a previous stream as well, is whether the max profit liquidation was something built into TradersPost, and it is not. That is a feature that I'm using on Tradeivate. You just go into the risk settings on a per account basis and set your daily profit target or daily profit restriction, and it will automatically liquidate those accounts. So what I do is I just determine what the consistency rule is, and I set my max daily profit on that account, and I have it trigger at that amount. So that keeps me under the consistency rule all the time. And I don't even have to pay it.
Oh man, look at that, Mike.
I know. Now I'm like, all right, let's let it run. It broke the orb finally. I'm gonna let it hit R1 and see where we go from there. I don't know. I don't like the setup here at all. It's been weird. I'm almost inclined to like just put on a single micro and go short at R1.
What's your R1
at? 320.
320. Okay, yeah. So that's my problem right now, is that it's my range for shorting is between 320 and 383.
Yeah.
So I don't like how wide that is.
Yeah, there's still some room to go.
And I think 383 is wishful thinking.
Look at that. Starting to push back down. Are we going to get a specialist breakout, or is that confirmation of the breakout here? Nope, that's a specialist. That's where the in many cases what will happen is short sellers will literally buy the candle with a small amount of their capital and then start selling in the opposite direction, offsetting in the short side, because they want to encourage buying on this side. That was a good long for me. Good job on the cloth. Good to hear.
They want to encourage the buying so that the stop losses get triggered in order to generate downward movement.
Correct, but it also encourages liquidity, especially if they're looking to put a big position on.
Got it.
Another reason I really encourage people to watch the Trader documentary with Paul Tudor Jones. He literally did that with tens of millions of dollars worth of SP contracts at the time, which he called tankers, which I think is hilarious. I wish we still had those contracts, but apparently at the time they had significantly more leverage than NQ contracts do today, or ES contracts do. I can't quite figure out the data around what they were actually, what the contract looked like in 1987. But, and if anybody knows, feel free to reach out. But he put on a lot of these, and he was buying them to encourage more buying so that he could sell into all of that liquidity. And then he put a huge short position on against everybody.
See, this is where the zero DTE options come to play, because in our today's environment, because you can have that same effect, but instead of encouraging buyers, you're forcing the market makers to buy.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they have to hedge, and they can only hedge with zero DTEs. That could be crazy.
Yeah, I agreed with you, Aventura. This price action is terrible. It's just not doing what it needs to do. And good on us for recognizing that. That's our job here, is to figure out when not to trade as well. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go long or short here, Tom. I think I'm going to wait it out. I don't like it.
Yeah, all right, so let's leave it at that. Guys, thank you so much for joining us here today. We are going to be back tomorrow morning at... no, we're not. Yes, tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm just looking right now because if that hits 320, 323 is where I'm trying to short from here. It's
323.
I want
Yeah,
to,
mine's 320.
but
Off by a few points there.
But that would be great. But we'll see how that trade works out. Thank you guys for joining us. If you guys are interested in signing up for TradersPost, you can feel free to do so by using coupon code PropScaling20 to get 20% off your monthly or yearly subscription. And it also works for add-ons. We're going to be around later on today for Blueprint at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want more indicators and tools like that works for prop firms, that's the focus for the next couple of weeks. It should be interesting. And of course, tomorrow at 4 p.m., we're going to be there for after hours. But until then, we wish you guys, as always, happy trading.
Cheers, everybody.